Hello, Monsters Abound here. Welcome back to BattleTech. Now, last time we did win the mission, but I did take a little bit of damage in that I'm currently in a full body cast, just maybe one thumb able to move around. I'm out of action for 109 days, so I'm going to have quite a lot of time to rest up. But in the meantime, we're here on my dropship. I've renamed my mercenary unit to Monsters Abound and Friends because that sounds a little bit quirky. So let me show you around the Leopard, as it is. It's a bit like MTV's Cribs, but won't make you want to kill. Well, probably won't make you want to kill yourself. So first off, let's start off in the mech bay because that's probably the most important place. So we're going to go to the mech bay.
Hey, Commander.
Hello, Yang.
With you in a second.
Thanks very much. Let's go to the bays because here's my poor blackjack. It looks a little bit damaged. Okay, first off, let's go to the spider. We'll repair that. 8,400 sea bills, and that doesn't even look like it took that much damage. I perish to think how much our blackjack's going to cost. Okay, let's repair it. That's going to take 4 days. And then we're going to do the Vindicator. Again, that was mostly overheating damage, so that was my bad, but still. 6 days, 15,000. Okay, sure. Now, the blackjack. The blackjack is... It looks a little bit ropey. We lost a core. We've lost the left torso and also the left arm. I get the feeling this is going to cost an arm and a leg to repair. Well, an arm anyway, because we currently have no arms. So let's replace these bits. There we go. We don't really have anything to put on it. I guess we could put the large... I mean, we literally have very little. It's overweight. Okay, well let's... Can we put... We've got more armour there. If we get rid of... Right, let's try... It's got a weird decimal. I have read sometimes you get a weird decimal place. I'm not entirely sure what causes that, but I'm going to put a little bit more... Let's get 95 armour there. 95 there. Let's get 70 there. The torso... Let's get... Okay, that... I'm happy with that. That's 6 tons, so that is too heavy. Well, would it be too heavy if we just got rid of... I mean... Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Okay, well, I think... To be honest, I think having more armour is sensible. Rather than... It does mean he's got all lasers. And... He's missing heat sinks as well, which we just don't have. We could give him an AC-20. Oh, that's ammo, not an actual AC-20. It's just the ammo for an AC. Well, we don't need that. We do have a medium laser. How heavy is that? That's only 1. So we could do that. So he kind of has all the lasers, which means he's going to overheat very quickly, and we don't have any heat sinks to put on here. So that could be problematic. But on the other hand, we don't have anything really to put on him at the moment, so I'm going to... How much do heat sinks weigh? They only weigh 1. Okay. I think I'm going to go with that. Except we could just, like, whack up all the armour. It's 42 tons. Let's just... I mean, we can always switch it around later, can't we? That's the thing. Yeah, looks like we can just max all the armour out, to be honest, and then worry about... Okay, good. So he's fully armoured. And confirm. 197. You know what? That's not actually as bad as I thought it would be. And 36 days. So we're going to have to make do without him for the moment. But what's all... Wait. What's all these warnings? This neck has unused tonnage. Well, yeah, but we can't fit anything else on him. That's one of the weapons that require ammo. Oh, I see. Okay, well, we can get rid of some of the rear armour, because theoretically... There we go. Perfect. One or more locations that are damaged. Well, yes. Let's repair that. Let's confirm that. 41 days, 205. Okay. I guess it's got to be done.
Logged and noted.
Thanks very much. So that's going to take a few days to get fixed, and I think they can only do it one at a time. So we're going to get the Spider, the Vindicator done, then we're going to get a financial report, then the Blackjack's going to be done at 51 days. Okay, well, in the meantime, we've got Yang.
Commander?
And seeing as we're currently rolling around the ship in, I assume, some sort of futuristic wheelchair, may as well chew the fat with Yang here. Hey, boss, welcome to the mech bay, my own little piece of heaven right here on the ship. Something I can help you with? I want an assessment on the Leopard. How much trouble are we in? Don't know. I mean, we're doing okay for the moment, but give it a few months, maybe a year. You know how it goes. Eventually, everything falls apart. You are a consummate optimist, Yang. Okay, got a few questions about the mech bay. Do I? No, that's fine. Tell me a little bit about yourself. How'd you wind up with this crew? It's a long story, boss. Shortest version I can give you. I signed on after I served my term in the Third Succession War fighting for the Capillian Confederation. If you want to know more, you can ask whatever you want. Otherwise, let's get back to talking shop. Where are you from originally? Bryant in the Confederation. You may have heard of our claim to fame, the Crowley lizard cow? No? Well, trust me, they're delicious. An edible reptile indigenous to the planet Bryant. The meat of the Crowley lizard crow is considered delicacy and is one of Bryant's few planetary exports. Anyway, as the story goes, Bryant was a real nice place once, a tourist spot, big with hikers and fishing enthusiasts, pale blue skies, emerald green seas and booming agriculture business. You know, the works. I never knew it that way though. Stefan Ameris got to it a couple of centuries before I was born, and, well, that was that. President of the Rimworld Republic, Stefan Amaris expanded the Republic Army and replaced the Republican agents in key positions throughout the Star League. He fostered a close relationship with blah blah blah. Fine, okay, yeah, I get that. As the story goes, Bryant used to have these enormous orbital mirrors, storm inhibitors they called them. The Star League put them there in place. When Amaris took the system in his civil war, he had his troops use them for target practice. Without those mirrors, Bryant reverted to its natural state, a miserable little ball of wind-blown dirt, actively hostile to human life. By the time I came along, the only place where people could live in relative safety was the planet's poles. Of course, you can't fit a planet's entire population to a handful of cities as its poles. There isn't enough space, no matter how far you dig or how tall you build. A lot of people, mostly the poor, died in the early days. There's still a lot of overcrowding in Bryant cities even now. Well, that's depressing. Tell me about your time in the military. How do you serve with them? The 2nd St. Ives Lancers. Ah, St. Ives. Welcome Connection and well-financed regiment. The Lancers of St. Ives is a little village, coastal village in Cornwall. 1st Battalion under Major Ling. We saw more action than most, and the arm is a souvenir of that time in the service. I lost the original back in 3010 on St. Loris. You know, when we first arrived at St. Loris, I loved the place. It's an agricultural world, sort of a breadbasket for the neighbouring systems. Green fields, rolling hills, you get the picture. We just walked in out of hell on Kittery, and the Fed Rats drove us out on 05 with our tails between our legs, so it looked like paradise to us. I remember kicking back in the mech bay, my feet propped up on an engine block, sipping on a snifter of Abergrist Vermouth. Not a bad way to spend a sunny afternoon. Anyway, turned out that Federated Sons weren't done with us yet. Barely a month in our deployment when they sent the Setel Hussars to burn us out. I'm sure there was sound strategic reason for the House Devian to want St. Loris, but it sure felt personal to me. Long story short, one of the scouts managed to slip through our perimeter and hit my mech bay. I was tinkering around in a Centurion's custom-made rumble seat at the time. Being stranded by all the armour is the only reason I made it out alive. Still, I didn't make it out unscathed. I lost 2 of my favourite assistants and my own right arm, and I've got this ugly thing grafted on me as a reminder. Well, sorry to hear that, mate. Why do you leave the Capillian Confederation? After my tour of duty was up, you mean? I don't know, it was just time for a change. Besides, the place wasn't for me anymore. In a way, it never really was. I learned a lot from my time in the service, got a first-hand view of the elite bullshit that saturates Capillian culture. Now it rewards high-born idiots at the common people's expense. Speak as a thoroughly common man, that didn't sit right with me. When my tour was over, I walked away and never looked back. You never really get away from the aristocracy, Yang. Hell, I was born a noble. I mean, I do kind of want to rub that in his face. Let's do that. Yeah, but you're a competent noble. Well, I mean, if you just turn around for a second and look up, I think you'll see behind you my total comp. Anyway, you aren't afraid to get your hand. That's true. Hands dirty. At the end of the day, that's all I really care about. I wonder how many times I watched talented engineers get passed over for promotion so some idiot with a title could advance. Too many to count. For what it's worth, I'm glad you walked away. You brought my mech back from the brink more than once, and will do so again. Heh, way more than once if memories. Yeah, well, still, I appreciate the kind words, and for what it's worth, I'm happy to be here with this crew. Going career military would have been an enormous mistake. In your position, I probably would have done the same. Let's talk about something else. I'd like to talk something else, and then I guess we're just going to... yeah, I've got to get back to it. Talk to you later, Yang.
Talk to you later.
Yep. Cheers. Okay, next thing, let's go to my quarters for a little bit of rest, a little bit of R&R. So here we can do heraldry. So we can paint our mechs. That's pretty cool. I've kind of sorted all that as Monster Bound and Friends. That's fine. We're going to save that. We've also got reputation. So this is going to be with the Mercenary Review Board. And also the factions. So you have different factions. Currently we're all indifferent with all of them. They don't really care about us. That's totally understandable. And then of course the finance is very important. So we can see what we're paying everyone. What our current operating. So currently we're... So can we... Okay, so we're spending 240,000. So we're going to be okay for a little while. But still. Need to just keep an eye on that. Obviously we need to make money. Next off, we've got navigation with Samir Maya, your company's navigator and leopard pilot. Speak to Samir to learn about navigation, the hiring hall, and the store. She can also teach you about shipboard events.
How can I help, Commander?
Does the decision we made about uncertified contracts satisfy your concerns? My door is always open. My concerns won't be satisfied until our creditors have been paid and the loan sharks are off our backs, but this is a step in the right direction, and that makes me happy. I'm not blind to the risks, and that's uncertified contract entail, by the way. I mean, I know what we're doing is dangerous, but it's the best chance we've got to dig ourselves out of this hole. I've got some... I don't care about navigation. Great stories about the crew. Tell me something about yourself. Well, I'm from a noble family. Like you, we're old money, made our fortune out on Hague. A minor interstellar state conquered 700 years ago by the Draconis Combine, now officially known as the... they're repatriated to the Taurian Concordat. That's where I grew up. I'm not sure if this is all the kind of stuff you were hoping to hear, but we talk about whatever, I'm not shy. Where in the Concordat are you from? I grew up on New Vanderburg. It's a nice enough place, I suppose. Do you like birds? Not particularly. And do yourself a favour and avoid New Vanderburg. Avoid it like the plague. Something like 2/3 of the native fauna have feathers, flutter on the wind, and splatter its excrement across every available surface. Sounds awful. Naturally, the original colonists adapted the feathery little monsters into the culture, and those of us that came after were kind of stuck with it. Statues, fountains, murals, you name it, just a giant feathery pile of screeching alien birds. If the system had a motto, it'd be squawk. Cute. Maybe, if I hadn't grown up with it. Where do you learn to be a leopard pilot anyway? The Taurian Naval Institute on New Vanderburg. Well, amongst the other places, it's a big campus. The low-gravity training station orbiting Lompoc was my second home for a time. TNI flight training isn't usually open to civilians, but my parents had good credit back then, and they could name-drop Protector Calderon. That get you pretty far in the Concordat for a while, anyway. The other cadets in my class weren't especially happy sharing air with a civvy, but they couldn't say much. I was nobility, and they weren't. Everyone sort of kept me at arm's length, so I had plenty of time to concentrate on my studies. Got my certification in both dropship and jumpship operation in 4 years. I even tried working on a commercial jump crew for a while, once upon a time. The people were fun, but it wasn't for me. The ratio of flying to violent jump sickness skewed hard in the wrong direction. What can you tell me about House Maya? You're looking at it. My parents are both gone, blood cancer and heart disease, Jesus Christ, respectively. Both treatable, but they were out of money at that point, so Into the ground they went. Ditto my brother David. He ran off to serve in the Third Succession War and never came back. I'm no stranger to loss myself. Terrible badger accident. Yeah, I'm sure you're not. Nobody is really. It's a rough galaxy. David was 13 years older than me and had a foot out of the door before I turned 3. And my parents, well, they raised me by proxy in the traditional noble fashion. There was no real bond there, even when I was young. None of it was to say that my folks were bad people. They weren't. They were just doing what they knew. Their upbringings have been outsourced just like mine was. Anyway, that's all I've got to say about my family. They're gone. I'm here. The end. So, got another question, or should we get back to our duties? Your family came from that place. It was a long time ago, but yeah, my parents told me we were landowners on Pomme de Terre. It is an agricultural world, sort of a breadbasket of the Draconis Combine. And yes, I know Pomme de Terre means potato. I thought it meant apple, but my French is incredibly rusty. My ancestors came from that planet, Potato. It took some time for me to accept that, but hey, here we are. Anyway, moving on, House Mayor's holdings were meagre, but the value of that land was astronomical. For a minor nobility, we were really very wealthy. And then the Third Succession War broke out and the political rhetoric got ugly. House Mayor didn't want a single part in what was going on, so my ancestors emptied their accounts and ran. As a rule, House Curita takes a really dim view of nobles who cut and run. Words like traitor and defector start to get thrown around. Trust me, I totally understand. In the Combine, you really don't want to be on the receiving end of allegations like that. I wouldn't be standing here today if House Calderon hadn't accepted my ancestors' asylum in the Concordat. In all likelihood, House Mayor would have been wiped out before it was even born. I'd like to talk about something else. I've got to get back to it later.
Good day, Commander.
Toodle pip. Okay, we got the navigation board here, so we can see we're currently at Curine. And I think this kind of like little blob here is basically where we can travel. So we can travel between these 4 systems. We currently have a travel contact here, and that's basically the only thing we've got for the moment. So we'll do that in a minute, but not right now. Okay, so we do the mech bay. We go to the barracks. So here's the barracks. Here's me, my lovely, lovely, beautiful face. And also I'm out for 109 days. But we can level up our mech pilots here, so I quite like multi-target. But it really kind of depends, doesn't it? It depends on what I want to do. I mean, guarded sounds quite nice. More guts, maybe? What does tactics give us? Indirect fire penalty. So I guess this is for your sort of... I guess sensor lock is quite nice. So I think you can have 3 abilities because there's 3 little empty things here. One of them's because if we look at glitch. Hello, glitch. Glitch has currently got multi-fire. That takes up 1 block. So I guess you can have 3 of them. And then you miss out any others. So
Waiting for orders.
So I think I'm going to get gunnery, and then I think I'm going to get multi-fire or multi-target. I'm going to do that. Confirm this ability is permanent. You may only have 2, and 1 specialist ability. Okay. Right. Okay. So are these primary abilities and these specialist abilities? So you can have 2 of these and 1 of these. I think that's right. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. Yeah.
Training complete.
Okay. And we got Medusa here as well, so he was sort of on standby. He's going to have to take over for me while I'm recovering from my injuries.
Ready for orders.
And Miranda here. They do actually have a service record which sort of tells you. So this pilot was born in the Illyrian Commonwealth. The pilot is comfortable with low gravity life aboard space. So I think these attributes sort of go into shipboard events which can happen, I think. Okay, so Miranda, what you've got 800. Not really enough. I could get you tactics, but I'm going to hold off.
Waiting for orders.
Decker, you got 2. Did you? You got 1 kills. You got 2,000. I think, you know what? Because you've got obviously a fast spec, I think evasive movement. So unit generates an extra evasive charge from movement actions up to a maximum. I think that's probably a good shout. That gives you 400. We can't get anything else. I'm going to go with that.
Training confirmed, Commander.
So that's fine. And
Good to go.
glitch 800. Again, I think I'm going to save that. So that's all we're going to go for the moment. Don't think we've got anything else here. No, right, so we can go to the command center. So here we've got Darius and also contract. Let's have a chat with Darius. Always good to see you at Ops, Dan, especially after the last mission. Can I do something for you? I want to know more about debt situation. Yeah, what's our debt situation, Darius? Yeah, sure, that's fair. I'm glad you're taking an interest. I've got time to get into the nuts and bolts of it if you do. What did you want to know? Remind me why we took out so many loans in the first place? How much time you got? I mean, we've been hit with 1,000 expenses since we were forced to flee Coromodir, but I guess you're mostly interested in the big ticket items. Well, first and foremost, there's the Leopard. We still owe a lot of money on the ship, and losing her isn't an option. Then you've got all the assorted fallout from an impromptu trip across the frontier, jump ship passage, docking fees, miscellaneous travel expenses, all paid for on credit, as if we had a choice. Right, who are we in debt to exactly? I want names, Darius. How about I give you the top three? First, you've got Blue Horizon and the big commercial bank on Leiriton. They're the ones that we own the lease on the ship. Then there's the Idriri Consortium. They've got people everywhere, but they're based somewhere in Marek space. We borrowed from one of their associates to make the jump away from Coromodir on the day of the coup. Finally, we've got Lockdown Lending. They're a frontier outfit from Hasta, and they're about as crooked as they come. Now, I wouldn't normally do business with an outfit like the double I. With a double I? But we don't have a choice. They made a deal with the Blue Horizon to buy half our debt. So that's the big three. A commercial bank, a shadowy financial consortium, and a bunch of leg breakers in cheap suits. And each of them is dangerous in its own way. That's enough money talk for now. Let me ask you about something else. I've got some questions about running this company. No, I don't. I don't really care. Okay, got a few minutes of chat. I'd like to Let's find out about Darius. Who is Darius? Yeah, sure, I've got time to talk. Before any of this started, you worked with the Arano Royal Guard. Tell me about it. It was more than just a deployment, it was a full campaign. High Lord Tamatai gave us a job back in 19. We were supposed to assist the Royal Guard to round up and eliminate a pirate gang on Fajidia. Commander Markham thought it'd be easy money, turned out to be anything but. We lost at least a dozen mech warriors in the first 3 months of the Fajidia campaign. He had to hose them out of their cockpits. Would have been more if it wasn't for Sir Raju. He saved our people's asses on more than one occasion. Went out of his way to do it, and the thing is, he didn't have to. We weren't under his protection, we were just hired help. A lot of people in Mastiff's position would have just used us as cannon fodder, but that wasn't his way. He treated us as if we were his own. He was a good man, Dan, as good as they come. Tell me a bit about yourself, Darius. Where are you from? Who is the man inside the leather jacket jumper combination thing going on there? I grew up on Nasu Heights. It's one of the HAB stations orbiting R2. The 30 decks of economic stratification with the corporate suits on the upper decks and everyone else crammed into the lower ones. My old man was dock hand. We lived on deck 28, 2 levels up from the bottom with the other station maintenance personnel. 12-hour days, 6 days a week. My dad would load and unload cargo shuttles, vacuum sealed and nutrient paste for people like us and luxury goods for the suits upstairs. The old man must have unloaded 1,000 cases of Castilian eel roe, plump succulent eggs the size of melon balls. We never got to taste any though. Any of those tins would have cost him half a year's wages. Anyway, Dan, didn't want to sadly you with my life story. Suffice to say, you've got an eye full of what I didn't want to be on Nasu Heights, and I did what I had to do to change my circumstances. And by the age of 16, I struck out on my own. I left that station with a handful of skills, an enormous web of contacts, and a rucksack full of expensive caviar. And once I made it off Nasu Heights, I never ever looked back. Gotta run, Darius.
You know
Toodle
where
pip.
to find me.
Okay, and then we've got the Leopard itself. So we have a hiring hall where we can pick up new peoples.
Confirmed. Yes, Commander. I'm here.
Oh, I like the look of him. He's got a beard like I do. I don't think we need anyone at the moment.
Standing by.
But some of them come with skills. I think obviously
Yes.
some of the better ones, if we want them, cost obviously more, and we need certain levels of reputation. MRB rating too low. 200 or higher we need. Okay, fine. And then we've got the store where we can buy crap. So if I wanted to fit out my blackjack again, I mean, I could get heat sink. You know what? I'll see what we will get scrap at the end of mission, so maybe we'll get a heat sink or two. That'll save us the money. So I think we'll do that. So first things first, we want to go contracts, because obviously we need to make some money, and we've got a seek and destroy mission here. So our intelligence confirms there is a lance of Marek military units operating on Bellerophon within a region we control. All local government operations are at risk as long as this lance is allowed to move unimpeded. Hunt down the enemy lance and eliminate it. So it's only half a skull, it's in desert. It shouldn't be too tricky, I don't think. Should be fine. So let's negotiate. Now we can get more money, or we can get more scrap, and to be honest, at this moment in time, because obviously the blackjack thing, I think I'm going to go for more money. Plus I don't think the scrap is going to be too important early on. Later on, obviously we'll want like scrappage for mechs and stuff, but early on I don't think we're really going to get, we're probably up against tanks and stuff, so let's go for the more money. The contract includes travel to Bellerophon, so we don't have to pay to get to Bellerophon, so that's nice. So we're just going to accept this.
By your command.
And away we go. Oh dear, shakedown. You're on the Leopard's Bridge with Samir, Yang and Darius for the daily staff briefing. Darius says we received 3 messages from the bank. Loan sharks, Sumio cuts in, from the people who are financing us. Darius continues. They're considering rewriting the terms of our loan so it'd be easier to seize a ship if we miss a payment. As usual, they're only doing this because they believe we can't fight it in the court. So we can sweet talk the banks, we can ignore the messages, or we can educate the banks about their mistakes. Now, considering what we've learned from Darius, that they're basically thugs, I don't think educating them is going to have any effect. We could try sweet talking them, or we could just ignore the messages. I mean, ignoring things, does that... I mean, if I were to just take the messages and put them out an airlock, technically at that point the messages no longer exist, so they're no longer a problem. On the other hand, I could try using my charm. I am quite charming. Well, I could try to sweet talk the banks. I'll talk to them, you say, and meeting moves on. After you to record a response. In it, you explain with as much gravitas that you selected each of the banks for their prestige and reliability. You remind them of your impeccable payment history. You conclude by expressing your desire for a long and fruitful financial relationship with them, hinting that you might seek additional loans when your current ones are paid in full. A few days later, the banks contact you to say their previous messages were sent in error and should be ignored. Your company is getting the following tag: loan status fair. The company's credit is currently rated as fair by the banks financing the Leopard, which should at least deter them from sending bounty hunters after you. That's good. Guess we just continue. Okay, so both the mechs I think are ready. Did I see that, or let's double check this? Okay, we've arrived at Bellerophon. Commander ready to proceed with our current contract. Now, the blackjack's still currently being worked on. The financial report is in 17, but both of the other mechs are currently operational, so I say we proceed. Obviously, we're going to want the Shadowhawk, the Vindicator. We'll take the Spider as well. And then, of course, we'll take the Locust. Can we decide who's in each? Yep, okay. So Medusa's going to get the Locust. Glitch is the... She was in the Shadowhawk, wasn't she? No, she was in the Vindicator. Then Behemoth was in the Shadowhawk, and then Decker is in the Spider. Okay, that seems fine. Okay, there should be no problem. This is going to be easy, no problem. This is fine. got them, Commander, right out in the open. These guys are amateurs. Get eyes on them, take them out. Good hunting, Commander. Liviaria out.
Ready for action, Commander.
Okay.
Yes, Commander.
Decker, I want you over here.
Acknowledged.
Do we have to... Are they just sort of over there? There's a big sort of dip. I guess if I don't think you get bonuses for being above them, but maybe if we get Glitch and Behemoth up on this sort of ridge, we can sort of rain fire down on them. That seems like a sensible option.
Moving to position.
While
Got it.
Medusa and Decker can sneak through the valley, gets eyes on them, and then we can just wipe them out. No problem. It's going to be easy. We're not going to lose anyone this time. Ooh, no, you want to go... do I want to go? Yeah, that's fine. I don't want to sprint. Well, I guess we sprint anyway. Okay, well, that's fine. We'll just continue.
Heading out. Moving out.
Can we jump into the forest?
Affirmative.
We can brace, and we will sprint in that direction.
New sensor contact.
Mech warriors, show them what you've got.
Okay, what do we got?
Receiving you.
I kind of want eyes on that thing over there. I'm not sure I'm really... Okay, I think we're okay doing this. Or... I think he's already moved, hasn't he? He's a fast one. And we've got one over there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reserve. Okay, that's a tank.
Good to go.
Okay, Decker, because these guys have already moved, we're fairly safe to get over here.
Moving out.
So we've got eyes on him. He's a spider, that's fine. And then we can just zap him, I think.
Now let's see how you handle this.
Or, you know, we could, if you could hit him. To be fair, he did have quite a lot of evasion. So this one should be... Okay, we've got 2 more tanks. Is that a turret? Ooh.
What do you need?
Okay, what do you actually have? You've got a couple of machine guns and a medium laser. So can we... Machine gun's not close enough. Medium laser... It's not a very good hit chance. Can we maybe... Is that a turret? I think that's a turret. If I go here, they can't see me,
Location confirmed.
and I can shoot this tank. Not bad. I'll take that.
Commander,
Okay, Behemoth.
got it.
You can hit with your autocannon. Oh, that's not very good. Still.
Target confirmed.
Jesus, did you just hit him in the face?
Waiting for orders.
You can't see anyone. You can't. Okay, you can see him there. Go there.
On my way.
I mean, the PPC's only got 50% chance, but
Firing on target.
still hit him. No, that's not. It's not a turret. It is a tank. It's a rocket tank. Okay, that thing needs to die.
Orders?
Okay, we are going to. Can we go? If we go over there. Could do that, but then he would. Okay, I think I like that.
Copy that.
Still in the trees. We've got a lot of evasion. We should be fine.
Acknowledged.
Sort of chipping away at him, but not really doing too much damage. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Watch the flank. Watch the flank.
He missed. Phew. Okay, let's get Medusa out of there. No, I don't want you... Can we jump away? You do not have jump jets.
Good to go.
Okay, I kind of... That seems fine. Sort of protecting you. And we should be able to...
I copy.
Maybe I should have fired my machine guns at him. It's just... We've got so many vehicles around here, it probably would have been a bad idea. Oof.
Standing by.
If we jump... We can shoot everything then. Though it's not got a very good chance of hitting, but... It's because he's got so much evasion. We could, though, take out... that tank. Let's do that. Let's kill the tank.
Target acquired.
At least that's dead.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
He's alright.
Waiting on you, Commander.
Okay, glitch. Can you... If you jump... Let's get you a little bit closer. Again, we're not going to have very good chances to hit.
Uh-huh.
Oh, on the other hand, though, that was pretty ace. Got to be careful of a heat, though, because desert planet, PPC firing. It's going to generate a lot of heat. Okay, that's fine. I can take that.
Yeah.
You have not moved. On the other hand, we could shoot you with our machine gun. Which is your... Yeah. Okay, let's... Oh, we can't... Can we actually hit you from there? Let's do that.
Confirmed.
This is a little bit risky with a light mech, but...
Confirmed.
Well, he lost his jump jets.
Nice. Got past his armor.
Yeah, alright, Batman. Why are you firing at Glitch? That's going to do nothing.
Ready for orders.
Can we... I don't want to get in the way of these guys. On the other hand, I don't want to... Okay, we go there.
On my way.
It's not... Well, I don't know. I mean, if we hit the core with both shots, we can actually take him out. Oh, on the other hand, we are going to hit that rock instead. Okay, sure. Should have checked that. In that case, there's not much point firing because he'll just miss, so we'll just brace. I'm being a lot more cautious just because I know what happened to my poor Blackjack last time.
Ready for orders.
Okay, do we want to take out the spider? We can try to take out the spider. We've got pretty good chances to hit. I don't think he's got any evasion, so this should be fine.
Firing all weapons.
Down he goes.
Mech destroyed. What can I do for you?
And can we just take out you? Yeah, maybe not the... Let's not fire the PPC, let's just fire the long-range missiles.
Tell me what to shoot.
Don't want to overheat. Ooh, that was nasty.
Armor breach. Internal damage.
You're okay, it's just your leg. Only a little bit of damage, you're fine.
Standing by.
Can we go and kick it? Come on, Decker. That's how you deal with tanks.
Locked on for physical attack.
Yeah, just jump on them.
Reporting. Enemy vehicle eliminated. Ready for orders. Coordinates received.
Let's just close in on it.
Engaging.
A little bit of damage.
Waiting for orders. Locking on target.
Aced it. That's going to be 200,000 in the bank. A milk run, just as we expected. Good work, Commander.
Mission successful.
Yes, it was. There we go, a victory. Destroy Marek Lance, which we did. Well done, Commander. We obviously placed our faith in the right mercenary company. We'll let you know if we have any other work for you. And good, good. That's all fine. We got lots of cash. Did take a little bit of damage, but not too much. Just a leg. And we got parts of a spider and a medium laser. So we could potentially get any of this stuff down here. So when we selected the rewards for the mission, we selected more money rather than salvage. So we couldn't select. So normally we can select some salvage, and we'll get generally more salvage, but we'll get less cash. So I decided for the money because I kind of feel like I need it at the moment. Excellent. So, I guess first things first, we want to go to the mech bay. And we want to fix up. Can we, like... Right, we want to do the locust first, because it's only going to take 1 day to do a locust, which is nothing, really. So that seems fine. And then we want to go to contracts. So we've got 2 potential contracts. So we've got Battle Mech Repair Base. We operate a Battle Mech Repair Facility on Detroit. This base is critical to our mech operations in the system. We believe that the pirate forces are planning an assault. We'd like you to protect the facility, and if an attack comes, hold off the assault until our forces can arrive and relieve you. So that's on Detroit, so it means changing location. But if we go for the patrol mission, then this is on the current planet we're over, so we won't have to travel, which obviously means we won't spend any time doing it. So so I kind of feel like this one seems like a good option. That will go for a lot of salvage though, and cash. Okay, we're just going to can we go back to the leopard? We just go... Right, so Locust is repaired. That's good. Now I want to go back to contracts. Go to patrol. I believe there's a pirate lance operating on Bellerophon within a region we control. All Marek operations are at risk as long as this lance are allowed to move unimpeded. Patrol the area, find the enemy lance, and eliminate it. Can do. So... I think I might do the same as I did last time. Maybe... Let's do that. So we get a little bit of salvage, but mostly cash. Kind of like that. Let's do that. Okay, and that all looks fine. Just double check. Barracks.
Waiting for orders.
Can we give you... Do I want... Does Behemoth want multi-target? Yes.
Mech warrior training.
Let's do that.
Yes, Commander.
Decker, you've got 800. You're going to save
Waiting
that.
on you, Commander.
Glitch, you... Do I want to give you guts? That would give you +1 health. That would mean you wouldn't get injured so easily. I do kind of like that, so let's do that.
Training complete.
Yeah.
And then Medusa, I think we're going to... You've got a light... Do I want 2 light mechs? That's the question. Or again, shall I give you... On the other hand, sensor lock. I kind of... You know what? I think a sensor lock might be a good idea. So it sets a target with sensor range to reveal it until the end of the current round and remove 2 of its evasive charges. And because obviously he has a light mech, he'll move first, which means if he's in cover, then he can use the sensor lock on a mech and allow Behemoth and Glitch to gun it down. So I kind of like that idea, so let's do that.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Okay, good. Now, how do I get back to the thing? do that. And I'm absolutely fine with all that. Oh yes, our poor Blackjack. Poor Blackjack. He'll be fine.
Command interface initiated.
Okay, here we go. We got the commander right out in the open. These guys are amateurs. Get eyes on them and take them out. Good hunting, Commander. Why, thank you very much. Okay, we've got a nice little sort of cliff over here, which would be good for Behemoth and Glitch to get up onto. So let's do that. You can then brace, that's fine. You can jump. Can you get up there as well? Yeah, you can.
Ready, set.
And then brace, and then Decker is going to come racing around.
Roger that.
And Medusa, you're going to go racing around the other side. Got enemy
I got a
contact.
sensor trace. New bogey. Let's turn him into salvage.
Give them everything you've got.
Orders?
Okay, so we've got 2 vehicles over there. Looks like 2 vehicles. Okay, so we're up against 4 vehicles. So that's... This should be no problem then. This should be absolutely fine. Oh, you went around the wrong bloody way. Never mind. Okay, fine. Decker, there's no real cover here, is there? Can you... Maybe we want to focus on this side first. Can't see anyone. Medusa.
Standing by.
If you pop behind this cliff over here. Then you can sensor lock that guy over there.
I've got a sensor lock.
They're all coming down the right side. I mean, that works for me.
Good to go. Roger that.
Just fire the autocannon long-range missiles, I guess. Well, that did it.
One more for the trashy.
Okay, they're all coming down this. Okay, that's. I'm fine with that.
I hear ya.
Glitch, if you want to come, do you come here?
Moving out.
And you can just. Okay, so I did learn what morale. So morale is over here. So when you're above 50%, your Mech will have slightly increased combat prowess, but you can use these special abilities. So take a cool shot against a single target at -4 difficulty. The target's next initiative is reduced by 1 to a minimum of 1. And you can also use Vigilance, gain guarded and entrenched, and remove all stability damage. Your next initiative is increased by 1 to a maximum of 5. So these cost morale to use. Obviously, if your morale drops below 50%, then you take, you don't get the benefits of it. So you want to try and keep it above 50%, but it can be useful to use those abilities if you need them.
Yes, Commander.
Okay. Can you go and punch that? Let's just go and kick it.
Move order received.
That's one way to kill him.
Enemy vehicle destroyed. Yep.
Let's sensor lock one of these, just for the hell of it. Obviously, we're going to try. Either we'll blow them up when they come around the corner, or alternatively, we'll just go and step on them.
Orders.
We can always hit them with long-range rockets anyway.
Copy that.
And that'll do it.
Waiting for orders.
Do you have any? You do have long. Can we just blow that up? Can we give that a shot?
Here we go.
It did some damage to it, but not enough. You know what? I am going to... Oh, well...
Waiting for orders.
We can't quite reach that other vehicle. I am going... Yeah, let's go there.
Confirmed.
Just back up a little bit. And we'll reserve Medusa. I was hoping you wouldn't come all that way, but that
Minimal damage on that hit.
that's fine. Because
Commander.
Medusa, you can sensor lock that one.
Got a lock.
And then
Good to go.
Glitch, you can multi-target. So you're going to fire the PVC and the medium laser at that galleon, and then the long-range missiles at the Scorpion.
Uh-huh. Commander.
And then we can just... Should we do that? Yeah, whatever.
Affirmative.
I think Decker can reach that tank next turn, and then we'll just, you know, pummel it to death. That's going to be nice and
Ready for orders.
easy. You can't reach it. Okay. Is that tank in the way now? Can you not get past that wreckage? It's a pain. Okay, fine. Well, let's go over here then.
Location confirmed.
Right. Yeah, you can brace.
Yes, Commander.
Medusa, can you reach it? Oh, you can't. Can you? No, I think you're just out of range. Well, in that case, you can just sensor lock. I'm not gonna risk anything I don't need to.
On.
Receiving you.
You can't really see them, so I think what I'll just
Ready for
do
orders.
is you can literally just open fire.
Target confirmed.
To be honest, I think both Decker and Medusa are close enough
What can I do for you?
to beat the ever-living crap out of that thing.
Roger that. Firing on target.
That was pretty close.
Aye, aye.
Yeah, so we can just go and step on it now. Can we? Can we? Apparently not. Okay, well we'll just go and shoot it in the... Go and shoot it in the bottom. Perfect.
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Another glorious victory for Monsters Abound and friends.
Mission successful.
Good, so we destroyed the enemy pirate lance. Top tier work, Commander House Marek is very happy with your performance. Keep it up. You'll make sure a lot more work comes your way. Oh, thanks very much. So we're increasing our mercenary board review rank. We've got the cash, and we only took a little. We took a little dink on Decker, but nothing too bad. And we can actually get some salvage. So what do I fancy? We could take a long-range missile 10, maybe. There's an AC-5. I'm going to take the long-range missile. There's not really. I think getting salvage at this point is probably a bit of a waste. Okay, we've got a medium laser and a small laser and some AC-5 ammo.